Hi, I'm Kamal, and in this film we're going to be talking about managing debt. To be clear, debt is money you owe to a person or a company, and it could be one of those subjects that people find difficult or a little bit too personal to speak about. But by watching this film today, we're hoping that if you're in a situation where you're unable to pay off some debts or feel like you might be unable to pay off some bills in the future, you're able to use the information you learned today to identify the obstacles, create practical ways to manage your money, and ultimately know where to get help if required. So we want to start off by asking ourselves a few questions. I would like to know, what feelings do you currently associate with debt? And my second question to you, how would it feel to gain control of your finances? Now, control is all about knowing exactly where you are to begin with. So for our first activity, I'd like to grab a pencil or a pen and a plain piece of paper. And what we'd like you to do is write down all of your monthly outgoings, including your priority and non-priority debt. For more information on those terms, please check the links below. Feel free to pause the video while you write down all of your monthly outgoings and then press play once you have them all written down in front of you. The next step would be to look at those outgoings and plan where you can amend or remove some of your monthly outgoings. Now, before you do this activity, I want you to think about what on that sheet is absolutely necessary and which ones you have a little bit more flexibility with. For example, if you had a gym membership but you knew you weren't really going to the gym as often as you could maybe cancel your gym membership and use some of that money to put into your savings account, or even use some of that money to pay off a different bill. Perhaps you go to the hairdressers twice a week and you think, actually, I could go to the hairdressers once a week. So look at the way you're spending, look at your outgoings and think, what could I amend slightly and where could I reallocate that money to help me in the future? Pause the video, take a couple minutes to write your ideas down and then click play when you're done. Fantastic. So you now have a piece of paper with all of your monthly outgoings listed, so you know exactly where you're at. But you also now have a practical plan of which of those outgoings you can amend or completely remove, and then reallocate those funds to your personal savings or to pay off another debt. Now, another aspect of your financial journey is the credit score. Credit is money you borrow from a bank or financial institution with the agreement that it will be paid back. And a credit score basically summarizes how well you've managed your debt and also predicts the likelihood of you paying back your debt in future credit agreements. Remember, your financial journey is a lifelong one. The more you learn, the more confident you will become. The very fact that you're watching this film is a brilliant sign that you're someone who is ready to take control of their finances. And just imagine that feeling of knowing you've got a plan in place and you are back in control. Ensure that you make the most of the resources below this film, including our finance glossary to make sure you understand the different terms used in finance, the priority and non-priority debt table, and also the credit score information underneath this film, along with a whole host of other resources that can help you in your journey to manage your debt. Thank you for watching.